Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of 0 to 60, and it's the third installment of the DCT swap. So on today's episode, the plan is to get the ABS or DSC pump swapped over, updated to the newer version, and all the faults and errors cleared, so that we know we're going to be good moving forwards with this swap. So what I've got to actually change is the DSC module itself. Doing a bit of reading online, I think it's actually the brain that's different, but we're going to take the whole pump off anyway. And the yaw sensor, which is that one there. As I've said that, I'm now thinking maybe I will just do... No, we'll see. And the yaw sensor. Now, the yaw sensor goes under the passenger seat on the right-hand drive models. This seat just here. And to get to that... Oh, the car's locked. To get to that, got to get the seat out, the carpet up. But I'll show you when we get there. But the difference in the yaw sensor, it's obviously an updated version, and it must have different software on it to make it compatible with how the DCT runs. But they also run a different plug, apparently. So we will have to swap the plug, change the pinouts. But I've got all the diagrams for them. I'm going to start off by getting that front seat out, and I'll give you an update once we can get to the sensor that's in this car. Alright, so got access to the DSC sensor on this car. This one's actually held in with Torx bits, where they were 10mm bolts on the older vehicle. To get to it, got to remove this, which on the parts car, I actually had a look at it yesterday, and it's got some sort of telecommunications module in it, in a waterproof sealed box, which is kind of interesting. And then, bugger. On the parts car, I just broke this piece of foam. But on my car, I might have to take a bit more of the carpet up to get the foam out the way. We'll see. All right. Actually, we can do it with a small... All right, I'll be back. All right, so we got the older yaw sensor out, I forgot what it was called then. And this one here is the new one that's going to go in. Obviously big size difference. Looks like the brackets, the holes will mount in the same spot, so we're safe there. But yeah, they are definitely quite different sensors, and I was hoping to... Can't get her off. Gonna need to get a pick in there, but basically what I was going to say, the plugs are completely different sizes, so we will have to cut this wire and wire the new plug in. All right. Okay, so I tried to time-lapse it, but I've repinned the old wiring into the new connector. The connectors come apart relatively easy, and it saved having to cut any wires. So that was a bit of a win. Now, something that I don't know if I need to do, probably don't, but I'm just curious to see if, now I've got the new sensor connected, if it will throw an error. So we'll turn the car on, power it up. Yeah, ABS light's gone off. I'll just see if it'll start. Oh. Okay, so we got... Oh no, they've gone off. Alright. Interesting. So it's not throwing any errors. You've got to assume that that sensor is functioning as it should. So now we've just got to change... Well, actually, I'll put all the car back together, and then we've got to change the actual ABS pump. Okay, so we've done the sensor inside the car. Now it's a matter of changing this pump. Now this is the new one that's going in. This got pulled out of a car a couple of days ago. I didn't seal it off, so we haven't contaminated anything. But yeah, if you're doing anything with these, they really should be sealed straight away. Now, it's obviously just got the electrical connector that holds it in, and then it's got 3 studs that it sits on. Yeah, 3 studs that it sits on, which are just 10mm bolts, which hold them in. And then we have the 6 lines that connect it. Now, these lines are held in with these, they're 11mm nuts. They're not nuts. Please, somebody tell me what they are in the comment section. Now, you should be doing these up with a C-spanner, which actually locks around there a lot more. I removed the old one with just a normal spanner without any issues, so I'm going to give it a crack doing it that way. The other thing that's going to be a bit of a problem, we are going to need to re-bleed the brakes. That's why the car is now on the lift, and I'll have to take the wheels off and go through the brake bleed procedure. But for now, I'm just going to try and swap it, and I'm going to try and do it as quickly as possible to make as little mess with the brake fluid as possible. But wish me luck, and you guys can watch along. Okay, so I've just finished reconnecting all the brake lines. I was really careful not to get any brake fluid on any of the paint, but God, it makes such a mess. And brake fluid has actually ran out the bottom of the little drain. So this is just a solvent-based degreaser, which is pretty safe on paintwork, but I just want it to try and wash away any of the brake fluid. And hopefully it doesn't ruin any electronics. A good wash out. Now it's just a matter of getting the main nuts back on that hold it in place. And I'm going to do that using a magnet and just a magnet holding the nut. Go. All right, I'm going to show you what's happened, because trying to get the 3 mounting bolts back on turned out to be an absolute nightmare, and I have lost 2 nuts down in there, which is a bit annoying. However, I don't know why I didn't do this before I started. If you're going to be doing this ABS pump swap, just unhinge the bonnet struts or hood struts and get the bonnet up a little bit higher so that you've got some better room to see everything. That was much easier to actually get it done when I could see what I was doing. Anyway, we've now just got to get onto the brake bleed process through ISTA, and that should reinitialize the new ABS pump. Just for the sake of learning, now that we've swapped the ABS pump, let's see if the car has an error. I'm not going to touch the brake pedal. But will those ABS lights go off? No, they haven't. They've stayed on. All right, so that's what we've got to initialize with ISTA. So let's see how soft the brake pedal feels. Oh. The brake pedal is still firm. Interesting. Okay. Well, let's go through the ISTA brake bleed. I haven't actually done an ISTA brake bleed. I assume there's going to be air in the brake lines, but that pedal feels really good. All right, let's go through the ISTA process. All right, guys, so we've got ISTA hooked up. Obviously, we've got the ABS faults on the dash there. I've just done a vehicle scan, and just if you're wondering about the undervoltage, I actually left this car ignition on the other day and flattened the battery completely, so we'll ignore that. But the thing that we want to try and correct is the DSC hydraulic unit adjustment. So if we just want to go calculate test plan on that particular error, ISTA is going to show, it's going to show us everything. But we'll go, where is it? DSC unit adjustment. Okay. So to fix that, I just don't know where it is in ISTA to go to. Procedure. Procedure for replacement of the DSC unit. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, do you wish to adjust the routine now? Yes. Continue. The adjustment routine runs automatically. Please wait. Let's see what the car does. Adjustment in progress. Ooh. She's making some pumping noises. The separator valve adjustment procedure was concluded successfully. Oh no, it's going to do it again. I wonder if it does it for each. I have no idea. Let's let it go through. Do not press brake pedal. Okay, the adjustment procedure could not be performed. Brake system leaky, brake system not bled, bleeder unit is still connected, the DSC unit must be encoded, the steering angle must be adjusted. Okay, so I'm getting a bit dodgy here. To do a full brake bleed, I'm going to need David to come up. Now, I've got brake pedal pressure. So, although I do need to fully flush and bleed the lines, I'm going to see if we can get rid of these errors now without doing it. So I'm going to try and configure the steering angle sensor. So we're going to go through and do that procedure right now. It says start engine or raise vehicle so that the wheels can be turned. Wheels can be turned. Right, we'll go continue. Okay, observe display to establish what the maximum value is. So we'll turn the wheel. And there, steering angle 0.0437. Hang on, now we've got to click continue. Okay, which maximum steering angle was reached? Less than that. We'll go back, we'll go back. Okay, from lock to lock. We have no steering angle when we do this, which is interesting. Sorry about the dodgy camera angle. Okay. Back to center. Continue. Less than 200 degrees. Okay, a fault occurred or the steering wheel was not moved correctly to the two end stops. Repeat steering wheel movement. Okay, go full lock to the left. We get no steering angle. Okay, this could be fun. Continue. Turn off ignition. Wait, okay. Ignition is off. Wait 10 seconds. Turn the ignition back on. You should still have all the errors, I assume, yeah. Okay, switch ignition on, continue for next step. The 0 point of the steering angle was found again by steering from lock to lock. It is not necessary to adjust the steering angle. Okay, continue service function. Okay, for vehicles starting from 1204, okay. Do you wish to know? Exactly set front wheels to straight ahead position. Okay. The steering wheel must be positioned horizontally, otherwise may cause problems during vehicle operation. 0 point of steering angle is detected as faulty. The adjustment procedure is started in the next step. Steering angle sensor matching. Adjustment of the steering angle sensor was successful. Visually align the steering wheel in the horizontal position. Check the 0 position for the steering angle, wheels in the straight ahead position. Yes, it is. Cool. Right, next. With the steering wheel in the horizontal position, does the displayed steering angle equal 0 degrees? Yes, it did. Adjustment of the steering angle was carried out correctly. Initialize, run flat tire indicator if necessary. The test module is ended in the next step. Boom. Okay. So now we'll go back to the traction control system and DSC sensor user adjustment. Let's try that. So this is what we tried to do before. Oh, hang on, it's got to be calibrated after, blah, blah, blah. Do you wish? Yes. So we're now going to calibrate the DSC sensor. Matching transverse acceleration sensor. Okay. End service function. Okay, it's done that. Now we'll do the DSC unit adjustments. The DSC must be adjusted after replacing the DSC unit. Yes, we notice. Yes. Adjustment. Okay, we're doing this step again. We did this before, but it failed because the steering angle sensor and maybe the DSC sensor wasn't actually calibrated. The pressure assessment adjustment was concluded successfully. Oh, no, okay, it does this 3 or 4 times. Doing that again. The only thing that might be an issue is if it does need to be bled properly. We'll see. Making some funny noises. It's done more pressurized adjustment this time. Cool, all right, it's completed at that time. Continue. Hey! Warning lights are gone. Okay, we've done it. Although I do still need to properly bleed the brake system. There will be air in those lines. So that's a bit crazy that IMPA lets you do that without a proper bleed. But I wanted to get this done so that we can get on with the DCT, because I'm sure we're going to encounter problems. All right, let me switch back to the GoPro. All right, I'm just going to turn the car off. Got to top up the washer fluid. We'll go back on, ignition on, ABS lights on, and then they go. And obviously that's the handbrake. Right, let's see if it'll start up. My God, we have like full brake pressure without bleeding the system. Okay, it did say I may need to reset the tire pressure monitoring. Yes, yes, yes. How do I set it? Do I have to shut the door? Stop carefully with unflat tires. Possible to continue. See owner's manual. How do you do your tire pressures? Confirm tire pressure. Yes. All right. We'll let that go through. But actually, let me let that go through, and I actually want to just see how the brakes work. Status active. All right, we've gotten rid of the error. Okay, we are going all right. So to conclude, actually, let's just run the brakes. So drive. We are good. All right, I'm happy with that. No errors. Well, no actual errors. Cool, we've swapped the DSC pump. So to confirm how to do that, once you've swapped the physical sensor and the actual pump, you have to go into, I used ISTA. You have to initialize the, well, the way I did it, I initialized the steering angle sensor. Then I did the DSC sensor, that's the sensor under the seat. And then we were able to initialize the actual DSC unit. And all the errors were gone. Sweet. All right, that is all of the other modules in the cars updated to get this DCT swap done. I've got the MSD81 in, I've got the new DSC pump in. All that's left is to put the transmission in and do the wiring, which is going to happen tomorrow, hopefully, depending on how we go. But yeah, I've got the shifter for the DCT here, the rest of it there, And actually the wiring is actually in the house because I've been playing with the wiring a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to get this video edited. I might come out tonight and take the center console out of this car tonight. To do that, there's 2 10mm nuts at the back, 2 Torx bits under that little trim piece there, and then 2 nuts that hold the front section on, and 2 10mm nuts at the front, and then the whole center console will come back because we will need to get in there to get to the wiring. Guys, I'm going to end this one off here. I'm going to call that a success. And everybody remind me in the comments in a couple of days to make sure I remember to bleed my brakes properly. I can't believe it bled up all right. All right. Guys, we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.